Oh, here he is. AGT, the big man. This is the moment we've been waiting for.
He looks like he's put on a bit of weight since he's been out there.
No, he looks like a lean, mean grilling machine, mate, as he pats down the grass. Look at this.
A big walkout.
Big walkout for Alex. Look at the je ne sais quoi as he grazes the thigh. Puts it down. This is it. This is your moment, son. Alex for 1 million flashbulbs. Alex on the back of 1 million shirts. Oh, the right foot's looking a bit shaky there. He's doing the James Charles right. The James Charles, James Brown. Oh, here we go.
There's a lot of preparation.
Composure, son. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, he shanked it! Oh, he shanked it, Martin! Oh no!
Was that straight
Alan,
in the
it
water?
was clear.
4, 3, 2.
Right, Arsenal got a corner. It's probably going to be a goal, so let's make sure we stay on Declan Rice for this one. Let's follow Gabriel in the middle. Ball's in, and it's a goal. Arsenal have scored. It's inevitable from a corner once more. We are here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal currently 7 wins out of 7 in the Champions League group stages. It's been fantastic. I have to be completely honest. As an Arsenal fan, it's refreshing to watch Arsenal versus Kyra Almighty. Already won 7 out of 7. The job.
Good evening. Hi, hello, welcome to the Saturday Football Show. I'm joined by James, Nick and Qualms. Yes. And we've just seen Gyokeres score to make it 2-2. And for us lot in a relegation battle, this is exactly what we needed to see. This is exactly what we needed.
Who'd have thought we'd be on the same side?
Times,
Who'd have thought it?
Measures, people, great ball in.
Great ball in.
Was it
Fantastic header across.
Oh, it's come off the bar as well.
Nearly cleared it off the line.
Yeah, quality by Delap, getting himself in there.
West Ham have been doing so well. 2-0 up at the bridge and they're throwing it away now.
Oh.
Hey, that's a Rosinha halftime masterclass is what it is. He is aging those men like a fine wine.
Like a fine wine. Well, welcome, guys, to the Saturday Football Show. It's been a busy old day. I think we should probably start with the Leeds game.
Do we have to do that?
Do we have
Actually, sorry, before we start, I don't know if you guys just saw AGT's clip of him playing, obviously, in the Icon series. I think he was asking us to back him, right, for a chance to win.
I backed him.
To
I had 30
No
minutes
money
sleep
on him.
for that. Let me tell you something.
Well-
I rolled straight out of bed and sat there for 2.5 hours waiting for Alex to do the business, and he goes and absolutely shanks it into Rose End.
That was your first mistake, backing AGT. And secondly, I mean, I think that golf ball just landed here because you can see he's absolutely. Even we were just saying, like he's grabbing his hamstring.
He nearly smashed the screen.
Yeah. So big up to you, AGT. But
He tried.
Keep trying.
He's letting
mate.
us
He
down,
was
mate.
supposed to get us all out the hood, but we're
Yeah.
still here.
We're firmly in the hood.
We're still
guys.
in the hood.
We are
Banking
still
on it.
here. Anyway, please do smash the like button. Please do send in your super chats and let us know what you thought of today's games. That goal is given. It went to a little VAR check for a foul. Who were they checking on?
I think there. Is that it?
No,
No.
I think it's-
There?
Oh,
That
there was
one,
it. If it was
the lap.
pushing the back by.
Somerville selling, standing still. That's what we like to see. He wants to come back home.
Well, anyway, today Arsenal did go to Ellen Road. I was hopeful. You were hopeful. But, alas, wasn't meant to be. Leeds took a battering. It was 4-0 goals from Zubimendi. Obviously, own goal, always on the score sheet.
that's
Great player.
Joint top goal
No,
scorer.
I'm
this
sorry.
season.
I
I'm
know.
sorry. That
That's
own
fine.
goal.
Crazy.
That's fine.
Gyokeres even getting on the score sheet. How bad
Oh,
must you be?
hold on,
He
hold
does.
on.
He scored three of his 6 goals have come against us, man.
50% of his Premier League goals are literally coming against you. If you lot would have just held him
Insane.
out
Yeah.
this season, they would have
Do you
had
know
a
how
lot
embarrassing
less
that
to
is?
stand on. Yeah.
50% of your goals.
Gyokeres' goals.
Do
You
you
think
know-
I didn't? You think I didn't sit there
Do
for
you
2
know-
hours watching that game, realizing how embarrassing
How
that was?
embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
All the talk you lot have been given for the week.
Fair
Just
chat.
one today, ladies and gentlemen, is for these lot, yeah? Because the amount of talking them lot done against Gyokeres, the amount of talking
He
they've
is
done
me.
What did he do,
Please.
man?
Hold
He
on.
was
What did he do?
useless.
Scored a pirate.
Timberland
Oh
moves.
my
Oh, he can't move. He moves
days.
like a robot.
He still
now
does.
What? Now what? Like I
You've
said,
got James Justin at
there's
centre back.
nothing
Anyone
wrong.
can move him, man.
Then they'll say it's only Leeds. Like I said,
It's only
you
Leeds.
feed him, he will score. Simple as. That's what we do. I'm happy. I don't care if we get an own goal. I don't care if we get set pieces. At the end of the day, we're sitting at the top of the table. Now, we was tested last week. We all thought we was going to beat Man United, me included. All right, that's fine. We have a little stumble. It's okay. We get back on the horse. We do. We get back on the horse.
We haven't even talked
Hold
since.
on.
We haven't even
It's
spoken
fine,
since.
because we've done the talking on the pitch.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to crowd around Ellen Road to see us crumble. And whoop-de-doo, what happened today? Nothing. The same as before. And he's saying, oh, boring old Arsenal. Oh, you always do it. I don't mind being the Warren Buffett of the Premier League and get compound interest wins. 1-0s, set piece wins, own goals. You bring it on. I don't care. At the end of the day, we got our 3 points. We silenced the haters. I'm happy with that.
We're never silenced, Matt.
No, it's fine. Because like I said, you
Ever.
lot were talking too much. No mentality. Always the mentality monsters now. At the end of the day, like I said, Gyokeres, Gabriel Jesus, fantastic finishes. Gabriel Martinelli, a person that I've always been getting onto, put in a wonderful ball with his left foot. So yeah, if it's at the hands of Leeds, that's fine.
Wonderful ball.
Yes, it was. What do you mean?
Oh,
is he left-footed?
give it a
Is Gabriel
rest,
Martinelli
mate.
left-footed? Did you expect the ball to come over?
Give it a rest.
Oh, please.
Oh, one of those plastic
This is
knives
Leeds.
from Sainsbury's could have
This
cut
is
through
Leeds.
that
Here we
defence
go.
today,
Here we
man.
go.
A great
All right,
ball.
here's the Leeds.
All right,
Shakespeare.
on our heads
let's talk
here.
the
Talking all
Shakespeare. Let's talk about Leeds then, because what actually happened today? You were on a very
Capitulated.
decent run at home.
Capitulated,
Like,
Abby.
Decent.
we
Capitulated.
honestly thought that this had legs today. I think you started like fairly strong the first 10 or so minutes.
We had
Oh,
trust
he
in you.
started okay, but I mean, this is the thing, man. This is the thing with Daniel Farke. You said it before. The guy's the most locked-in manager in the Premier League. It's a little bit of papering over the cracks. You went 7 games, 8 games undefeated. 5 of those were draws. That's not good enough to get yourself out of a relegation battle. West Ham almost went 3 on the bounce and are catching up right behind our tail. You got 2 things that changed when you changed the formation. Number one, you went 5 at the back and you started playing direct, having less possession. Why you sat there in the first half having almost the same amount of possession as Arsenal? You're bringing Arsenal to Ellen Road. It's a compact pitch. What you want to do, take less of the ball. Give them the ball. We've seen with Arsenal, when you give them that time to try and create, sometimes like Leeds, they don't know what to do. They get a bit lost. That's when you hit them on a counter-attack. That's when you actually have someone running in behind. You have something going. You don't sit there passing it around your own half for 40, 50 minutes. I mean, that was worse than the 5-0 at the Emirates.
Was your top goal scorer? Sorry to cut you. Was your top goal scorer? Did he play?
Hey.
Calvert-Lewin, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he did play, but
Did
what
he play?
service did he get? We're sat there
Oh,
passing it
so that's
sideways
about
and backwards,
service.
and the guy's still playing Ilya Gruev, even though he's not fit for standard. He's playing Carl Darlow in goal, who's not fit for standard. I mean, that own goal, hardly an own goal. How are you getting... Listen, mate, if something almost goes directly in from a corner and it's far post, fair enough, all right? Bit of a work. Near post.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what is going on? Calvert-Lewin and Carl Darlow, that's the game right there. He goes to punch the ball, and he punches Calvert-Lewin in the side of the head. What does he not call him? Get out of the way. Why doesn't Calvert-Lewin jump? Move out. Use your brain in these situations. And it was just gutless. It was weak. It was lethargic. There was nothing to get the fans going at all. There was nothing
There was
to
three
get anything
shots.
going.
3 shots the whole game for
That
Leeds.
is so
0.15
poor.
expected
And
goals.
What were the quality of the
There's nothing
shots?
there.
So-
There was
nothing
no
there.
one that carried the ball forward. There was no one that did anything. You made it easy for them. You made a guy like Gyokeres, who has the
Go on,
touch of a
keep
cement
talking.
block,
Talking. You put it in the bottom
somehow
corner.
look
Go on.
like
Put it in the net.
a prime Richarlison touching the ball down,
Yeah.
turning.
Prime
swinging.
Richarlison.
Sorry, don't be
That's
rude about
not high
Richarlison.
standards.
You see the
I'm not. I
disrespect?
think Richarlison's a good
Disrespect.
player, so I'm saying he was moving silky like a prime Richarlison
now
on the
he's moving
pitch.
silky.
And
I've never heard.
That's how
I've never
bad we
heard
were.
prime
That's how weak
Richarlison.
we were.
Sentence. I love Richarlison, but I've never heard him silky.
Prime Richarlison was 2 games at the 2022 World Cup. That's what Prime Richarlison was.
That's what it looked like.
When
And
he
these are
was
2 games
like-
I want to forget. Let me tell you
Put
that.
some
for now.
respect on my
Ay,
team's
ay,
name.
ay.
Never
Okay.
talk down on my team again. We're sitting at the top of the table. They got to go to Spurs. Was it? They're at Spurs tomorrow, isn't it?
City.
Man City.
Spurs
City,
City,
yeah. And they never
Yeah.
win there
Don't
as well.
you dare.
They do. They
Spurs.
actually,
Don't
in
you
recent
dare. We'll
years,
talk about it
they've
later.
done much
Don't you dare.
better.
Don't even think
Hopefully,
about
it continues tomorrow. Looking at the table, then, so shameless. Don't care.
Do you remember the season? What,
Give a
do you remember
toss.
the?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the year where Pep dropped to the floor
Yeah,
and all the rest
yeah.
of it. Yeah,
Where-
that was.
when Son missed the chance.
Yeah,
Yep. Run it back. Run it
No,
back.
do
run
not
it back,
run it back.
Run it back.
That says the mentality of
Fine.
your team.
Yep, correct. Anyway, this is a decent result for you and I at the moment because it is a draw between Chelsea and West Ham. About 15 or so minutes to go. Leeds 16th in the table. Wow. Okay. Sorry.
That was a must winner.
That was
Yeah.
that was a bit of a must win just to give yourself a little bit of breathing space.
I do think there was a
How
bit
different would that look in 14th right now?
Well, obviously, if West Ham would have stayed in if they did go on to win this game, then obviously they'd only be 2 points behind.
Yeah.
So there is grave danger of you getting sucked into that relegation zone.
of course.
They're already there.
Of course there is.
Likewise for
There's danger
myself,
all of us,
who's
yeah.
on 28 points.
And I think you'll do the job against City tomorrow, which is why it was even more of a must-win.
Stop putting things like that
You have
out
their
into the
numbers.
universe.
Put it into the
Can we?
universe.
All right.
You've got their numbers.
Can we stop
There's no
this?
chance that
Can we
you
stop
don't
this?
spank 'em.
Can we
So
stop
what?
this? Can
So
we
what,
stop?
Nick?
As much as I'd like to laugh at Spurs and do this whole hoo-ha, they're gonna get they're not in a relegation battle. He keeps talking about we're gonna catch up to Spurs and we're worrying about Spurs getting points. Let's stop that because they're not going to get relegated. Like them, they're doing poorly, and Abby's doing the maths as we speak, so she can back up her point as to why Thomas Frank has dragged them down.
We're
Into,
7
and don't get me
points
wrong, I'm
off.
not trying to defend them, but you're not in a relegation battle.
Are we in a relegation
Nick.
battle?
You are because you're Leeds.
Okay,
It's
well,
different. It's
Basically,
like,
it's
That's a
just
very
'cause we're a
well.
bigger
That's a
club.
very well thought out and articulated
it's
point there.
different.
But
It's
at the end of
different.
the
They're not-
day,
Tottenham
at
aren't
the end
in
of the day, we're
I'd love
24
to
games
say
into
they
the
are.
season and they're 2 points ahead of us. So
I'd love to
you
say
know,
they are, but they're not.
Look,
They're
the reason I would we will talk more about actually as we go on in the show more about tomorrow. But just to say about your point that we're 7 points away from the relegation zone. If you look at our fixtures this month, obviously we've got City, we've got Newcastle, we've got United away, and we've got the North London derby. So you tell me where I'm picking up points.
Chelsea are breaking. Chelsea are
See,
breaking.
to be fair.
So
It's not-
it's peak, and also the fixtures that we've just come through, they are all the teams that are in and around us, and we've not done anything. So if anything, the fixtures that just went were after these, I'd say okay, maybe it's a little bit better. We can start to pick up some points, but they're already gone. We've already just done horrendously against all those teams. So where would you like me to, unless we suddenly become a different team overnight, which I can't really see that happening, it's peak. It's really not good. And I've got to look at West Ham and be like, up the Chelsea today.
That's
That is insane.
Can Thomas Frank not get sacked before we play you?
Yeah,
No.
I want to play you while you still got
I
Thomas
said it.
Frank.
I said it the other day on Weekend Preview. I said my logic, and I've obviously thought about this. This is girl math, okay? Girl, this is me doing it. So my math is that if we lose tomorrow, and if we get battered, I don't think we would, but let's say we got battered and it was like 4-5-0, 10-0, and then you force the hand because they have to sack him, sort out the interim, go to United and whatever, yada yada yada, and then while there's that FA Cup weekend and we're off, sort whatever that is out, then the first home game can be the North London derby, and then we'll obviously be so bang up for it. New interim manager bounce.
No.
Don't care.
Well, if you then get spanked, then your new manager starts off with a knock.
But he's not going to be our new manager long term. This is just interim to the end
To
of the
be
season.
fair, I was worried about Carrick with that coming in with City and Arsenal.
And it
couldn't have
worked.
gone any better because hold that Kwame. But it couldn't have gone any better. So by that logic, it could work. It's just a matter of who comes in to do that. Because Carrick was at United for 2.5 years as a coach. Got managerial experience in the Championship. Things kind of made sense and it all fell into place.
Why is that so saucy?
And he's he's a
Whereas-
former player as well.
I swear I did just open that.
Saucy.
That's my tears.
I don't know, but that just tastes very salty.
But yeah, I just feel in theory that could work, but you need the right you need the right person.
I think
because it can't be, what was his name, Ryan Mason. It can't be.
No,
Ryan
obviously
Mason.
it's not Ryan Mason who just got sacked from West Brom. But no, it needs to be vibes. It needs to be like Ledley King at the end of the season, or
You know what it is though, right? And I don't
actually care. Just get this geezer out my club.
I don't even mean to say this big-headed, in a big-headed way, but I think you can go off vibes at United because you've got the quality there in Mbumo, in Bruno, in Cunha, etc. I don't know if that same level of
We have
quality.
got so many injuries.
Exactly. But Kulusevski's not back for a while. Madison's not back for a while, am I right?
Madison won't probably be back. If he's back by April, it'll be a miracle.
Right.
Kulusevski, he was meant to miss. No one knows what's going on with Kulusevski.
Because he was injured got injured.
He's been injured since
May?
April, May time, end of April, May time.
Right, yeah.
And he was meant to have a knock, and it's way more than a
knock.
knock.
And then Kudos until.
Kudos after international break. Richarlison, I think same. Bergvall 3 months.
That's what I mean. So where's the quality in
You're
terms
not
of when
looking
you
at
say
anyone in
vibes?
January. They're not
When you
looking at
say
any
vibes,
players.
Clearly
vibes
not.
needs quality.
Wow.
But that's what I mean about
They've
the
still
January
got enough
window.
quality in
Yeah.
it.
Like,
Odegaard and Tell.
actually, Odegaard's
I
been
think
okay.
Odegaard's a very good player.
I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go that
Tell
far,
I'm
but-
not too big of a fan of
Who
as
else?
much,
What
but
about-
Odegaard I think is very
Look,
good.
I think having Solanke back is definitely helpful.
Yeah,
but
of course.
again, We really, really struggle in the league. I don't know where we're going to pick up points.
How have we come to Spurs, by the way?
I don't know.
How is this
We're
happening?
digressing.
You brought it up to Spurs.
You
I
actually
threw a
did.
passing comment
Yeah,
about
true.
how they
Yeah,
were going to
talk
get,
about
how they were going to beat
Let's,
City,
let's,
and then you were like, hang on a second.
All right, let's circle back then. Let's go back to Arsenal and talk about them, because obviously before kickoff there was the injury to Bukayo Saka. Have they said what that injury is? Is it groin?
No, I haven't. When I looked, they didn't say much about it. They just said that they're going to be doing scans and we'll get a result tomorrow. Yeah, it's unfortunate Bukayo got. And when you look at the clip, because the clip was flying around on social media, I think he kind of just pulled his. It might have been his hammy. It looked like, but it wasn't a contact injury or anything like that. I was just more impressed with the fact that we just dealt with the matter and we swapped him out for Madueke. So this is where the squad depth comes in handy, where you've got a similar player in the sense of Madueke. He comes off the right hand side and can cut in. So yeah, that was good to see.
And it worked out for you because he was involved in the first 2 goals.
Yeah. Fantastic cross. That's his first assist for Madueke.
Of course it is. Of course it came against us. Yeah.
It was a lot of noise again in the week. He skied one, I think it was, and everyone was cussing him, and that was going on replay as well on Twitter, on what do they call it, X now.
It is just final product with him sometimes. Isn't
It's his final
he
product.
looks quite
that's it.
tidy, technical
He's
player, but
good.
it's just sometimes the
He's
final
good.
product isn't quite there.
Yeah. So I think you just need to be patient, but it just seems to be the similar thing with Arsenal players and fans. This whole, obviously we've got high expectations, don't get me wrong, but then also there's certain players that hit the ground running and there's certain players that it takes time. Look at Havertz today and the last game, how he's been playing. No one would have told me, like seasons before when he first arrived, that he would be that impactful for Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So for us, and how he's linking up with Gyokeres, and obviously he's bringing out the best in him. It's even stepping up the likes of Odegaard as well. So yeah, for me, it's a good place to be at the moment. It seems a bit more fluid today. I think after the Man United loss, I think it's helped us in a sense. It's woken us up. It's given us a little kick. So I wanted to see a response, and we saw one.
Okay. Odegaard didn't start today.
No, he didn't.
What did you make of that? Is that a little bit of rotation, or did
That
you
is-
like that midfield of Rice, Havertz, Zubimendi?
That was fine.
Yeah.
That was based off of Odegaard not performing enough and being hooked off the 55th minute, isn't it, in his last game? He hasn't been playing well. Let's be honest. And as much as he's captain, he hasn't been putting in captain's performances. Arteta's protecting him a little bit. Obviously, he's spoken about him in the press conference. But, you know, if you want to be the leader, you're the leader amongst men in our squad, you have to show that. Bless you. You have to show that. Bless you.
Thank you.
You have to show that on the pitch. And Havertz deserved it from the previous game, the Champions League game. He was, you know, he finished well. And again, you missed it.
My gosh.
You missed it. Come on.
Well, I think he was one of your better players today. I was actually very upset to see Kai Havertz in the starting lineup because he was running the show in that midfield. I mean, don't get me wrong, there wasn't much against him, and that's what I'm saying, man.
Very underrated.
It was the perfect game for you, let's be honest. The same way the midweek one was, it was an easy game for you. You were rotating the whole squad by the end. You were getting fresh legs in for the Chelsea game. We allowed you to basically have a training session.
Ellen Road
Don't.
Leeds is not an easy game.
No, yeah, that's what. You know what? He has got a point because it shouldn't be. But today, I do think that, like, the fact that they had 49% possession, like you said earlier, they shouldn't be having that much possession against you lot. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's playing into your hands. But you have to then take it. The thing is, with Arsenal, I feel like oftentimes when you get the first, then the goals can reign in. And we've seen that again today. I do think on the Havertz subject, it's interesting again that Eze isn't quite... It feels like isn't in Arteta's plans for that starting 11 because even when you're dropping Odegaard, he's still not starting. Yeah. So I just think, like, where does Eze? And this is not, you're still top of the league, etc., etc. But just in this particular case, if you're Eze right now, what do you think?
Of course,
if you're Eze?
of course it bothers me. It's bothered me. I've been saying it since Eze arrived, and I've been saying that his place is not in number 10. His place is off the left. But people will tell me, Trossard, it's Martinelli. What are you talking about, Kwame? If you look at Eze and you see the places that he turns up or where he ends a lot of his runs or where he plays through balls forward, it is coming off of that left and then coming in the inside in the midfield. And he has more touches on the left, and that's why he was so successful for Crystal Palace. He had a bit more freedom. Since he's arrived at Arsenal, I feel like maybe Arteta's obviously trying to school him in terms of how to be positionally disciplined as a number 10, but he's getting less touches on the ball. So then... you're not seeing the best of Eze, which is a shame. I don't feel like he should be playing number 10. And especially now Havertz is in, he's going to go down the pecking order even more. I feel like in order for us to really like stretch our legs in this Premier League, if we place Eze on the left-hand side and you put like Havertz number 10, Gyokeres, etc., we will do damage. I believe that. So that's the final piece. And I feel like Arteta's like he's not worked it out, or he's so adamant that he's got to put him.
I think
10.
it's more of a stubbornness thing from my opinion.
It is.
I do. I think that's where it comes from. But it must be very frustrating from an Eze situation. Yeah. That like obviously if he would have come to Spurs, it would have been a totally different thing. He would have been the main.
He would have been injured.
Well, he would have been. Yeah, literally, no doubt. No, very good. Very good. But no doubt, he would have been the star man, obviously, especially with our lack of attacking options. So it probably is frustrating in that sense, but obviously get exactly why he didn't come. But yeah, you kind of want to see him excel. Like he's such a great player. Like
he is.
You want to obviously not from my perspective when it comes to Arsenal, but if I'm being non-biased, you want to see Eze at his best because otherwise it's just a bit of a wasted talent. I don't want to see him on the bench.
He's quality. He's to me he is like world class. He will be world class.
He really was.
But then
up there.
The thing is with Arsenal is our team is so strong, and that's the difference. He was the main man at Crystal Palace. He now has to kind of fall into line, and he has to earn his opportunities. And I feel like the game in the week was pretty good. In the Champions League, he played very well in the number 10 position. He did play very well, but I did think that Arteta would start him or even feature him today. He said no. So yeah. Arteta's just trying to do this thing where he's trying to include everyone in the games. And he's saying that there'll be moments when you're going to be needed more. And I feel like Eze's kind of like the final cherry on top. Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping that we'll see more of him.
Okay. Yeah. Another chance. Last few minutes at Stamford
Hold
Bridge.
it out, mate.
It's still
Tadibo hit the post.
Tadibo did hit the post about 3-4 minutes ago. But aside from that, it's
happening, mate.
Very Chelsea.
Reece James only just coming on as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him made hella changes today. I think for the rotation.
Oh, okay.
I think just squad management really.
Okay.
All right, let's move on from Arsenal then. Let's talk about the rest of this week's fixtures.
People down there.
Yeah, exactly. For the rest of us, please do smash the like button. Please do send in your super chats as well. Brighton against Everton. There was a little bit of drama in this one. Yeah, I mean, Beto salvaging a point late. I mean, what was it, 90 plus 8?
Great.
Absolutely crazy.
Last minute.
Crazy. Wolves, the relegation woes, they just continue to deepen. From what I was reading about that game, it wasn't like Wolves weren't terrible, actually, but just like, again, moments from Krupi, who's been a really good signing anyway. It's just...
I mean, the stats suggest that Wolves were the more dominant side. Yeah. Like 17 shots to Bournemouth's 9.
Really good.
More expected goals as well. So like I be saying, they did great chances. They just couldn't take it. And also, just while we're on the subject of Wolves, Strand Larson, 45 plus 5.
Insane.
Yeah,
it's insane.
45 plus 5.
It's crazy.
That feels insane to me.
But then that's, to be honest, in today's day and age, that's nothing really.
Is it though?
Yes, it is for Strand Larson.
Like he's a decent player, but this
similar model
we were about
Mateta.
to do it. We were trying to move in for that, and I was sick to my stomach, mate.
But you got Calvin Lewin, so you're fine.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money for someone who I think, like, last season showed moments. This season,
is it one goal?
He's got the potential. He just needs to be around the right
45 million for potential.
But guys, we have to look at it as like the market is just absolutely insane, right? So if we're talking about, I mean, we're talking about crazy money for crazy players that are really, really average, okay? And like, I think the business, obviously the wages is why City can do what they do because they'll pay the big money. But if you have a look at the fact that you've paid 20 odd million for Mark Gahey, which is a great signing, and you paid 65 for Semenyo, which is again great signing.
Fantastic.
Yes, the wages are going to be a lot.
Get it, Enzo. That's what I'm talking about. Rosinha masterclass once again. This guy, I won't hear it. This guy has aura.
I love this guy, by the way.
He has the most aura out of any manager in the Premier League. Let me tell you.
Serious aura.
He has class.
Chelsea.
You got Chelsea. He's got a bit of aura to him.
Okay, well, it's late goal for
Look at this.
Enzo Fernandez.
He's the next Mikel Arteta.
I bet they can't believe it. Okay, let's set
making
it.
some stinky.
No, listen, and I'll say another one.
Always making
I'll say
stinky
another
comments.
one to you, Mr. Carrick's Tricky Reds. I guarantee you, he will have a better tenure at Chelsea than Carrick does at Man U. Just because I see you guys getting all excited. Oh yeah, give him.
But
the
they
wheel,
shouldn't
give
be
him the
going
reins,
2-0 down to West Ham
No, they
at
shouldn't.
home.
Let's have
That's the
another
thing.
look at that goal.
Let's see. Cole Palmer.
Yeah, but that's part of the drama. That's why he's doing it, Rossinha. He knows the
Oh, is
fans.
that
Lovely
João Pedro
ball.
assist? I will take
Yeah,
that.
Pedro and
I'll
it's him.
take that all day long. I've got it in my FPL.
Come on, West
João
Ham.
Pedro's found his little bit of form lately, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
And
He
a
was,
finish from I mean, it's completely
come on.
wrong-footed. Completely wrong-footed, the
poor.
keeper. And honestly, that's just going to break West Ham hearts, which, in all honesty, I'm here for.
Nah, that's sickening, man.
Bad mind
Like,
energy.
The runners.
That's really upsetting.
Sickening. That is
Right at the
the
death.
pure, beautiful game. There's nothing.
It was funny
sickening
on the
about
way in.
Look at Nuno.
Oh, look at the class.
Oh,
Look at
Nuno's
it.
like.
I actually really like Rossinha. Obviously, I don't want
Yeah, I
any
don't
Chelsea
mind
manager
him.
to ever do well, but like as a bloke, I actually do really like him. I like the fact that he just doesn't take himself serious.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
comments he made where his
Yeah.
kids were showing him the pictures that
Yeah.
obviously the world is making of him as an in-betweener and stuff, and he's just laughing at it. Like I feel like do your thing.
I think I saw a
yeah.
clip of him in the week again after the Champions League game. I think it was João Pedro was being interviewed, and João Pedro was talking to the guy, and he just came over and started looking at him, and he was like, João Pedro was like, "Oh, and Liam Rossinha, he's the best manager in the world. Like, he's top manager. He's fantastic."
Yeah,
so you can already see that he's built a bond with the players.
Yeah.
They're playing for him, which is good. So yeah, no, look, it shows a lot of character. João Pedro is probably going to be that guy that kind of spearheads his tenure at Chelsea.
Do you think?
Yeah, João Pedro's quality.
Yeah,
bro.
he just.
I really like
he's
him. I just my only
just went off the boil massively after the World Cup. Yeah.
my only question mark of João Pedro is positionally where are you strongest? Are you a 9 or are you a 10? That's one thing. And also when your goals dry up or when your form dips, what is that one quality that you has that carries you through? Like for some players it's you're direct and you're quick and you can just get past players like that. Some players are physical, some players can get their head onto anything. He's kind of got a bit of everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just feels like everything needs to flow for him to play well. And if it doesn't flow, like João Felix in that sense, where things need to be tidy and need to work. Yeah. There's a little bit of that with him sometimes, but I do really like him. Actually, as a player,
I think he's someone who makes. If you have great players firing, as you said, he improves them because he's a very good facilitator and a very good finisher. But as you said, not elite.
I think it's the lack of consistency with João
Nutmeg
Pedro.
there,
that is,
Pedro ball coming across.
Oh my God!
Oh, that's worse than
Started
Maniwaki. That's worse than Maniwaki's one, mate. That's in the Premier League. Come on, Cole
For
Palmer.
anyone who's not watching, Cole Palmer has just absolutely skied it for about.
Ballooned it.
That was
10 yards
essentially what AGT did.
Yeah.
That's hit the Battersea Power Station, mate. I tell you.
Oh,
That was a serious guy, but it looks like Chelsea are going to get over the line. That will put Chelsea in 4th, by the way.
Yeah,
moves them up. So
I was really hoping they drop points so we can.
of course,
push
but
on.
you've got a chance tomorrow to go and capitalise on that result and put yourself back in there.
Yeah, sure.
After this one, obviously it's Liverpool against Newcastle.
Big game.
Big game. We're going to see lots of defensive errors from both sides. So we'll have an eye. Well, obviously that will be up after we stop, but we'll have a little run through of everything. Let's look ahead then to tomorrow because United, as we said, you've got Fulham.
What's that?
He's back off.
Adama Traore just went for João Pedro. It's
Honestly,
carnage in the corner.
you do not want to see. You do not want to see
Oh,
Trent.
yeah, everyone's going at João Pedro now. Go on.
Oh,
yes,
my
João
days.
Pedro.
Things just
Beautiful
got
strike,
very.
man.
Adama
He's
looked like he was
rattling
going
them.
to kill him.
He's only just got back in. Chill out.
Adama
Yeah, and he should get sent
Traore
off
was
for
ready
that.
to
Oh, he's
Wait.
still going. He's
That's
still going.
violent conduct. Give him a red. Thank you very much.
Fofana's trying to get
Off
his
the
hands
pitch.
off of him.
Their arms are huge.
That's a masterclass
I'll be honest,
by Pedro
I would
once
not want to
again.
be on the receiving end of
them
angry
arms?
Adama Traore.
No.
I'm not,
Did you
I'm
see,
not
did you
here
see
for
how
it.
João Pedro's
They're all-
face
they're all-
switched the
yeah.
second Traore started running to it?
None of them are happy.
He
Tadebo's
stepped
not
back
happy.
so quickly.
He went
The
through.
FA will have a look at that.
Why do
Yeah,
they
yeah,
never
yeah.
show a replay of when they have a whole beef?
I think
It's really annoying.
They surely will at the end.
That's what you paid to see.
I want to see the beef.
It's a
I reckon
corner,
it's-
though, isn't it?
I reckon
Yeah.
it's because if anything else continues now, you don't want to miss it.
They are.
So-
I think they're checking.
What's the
Are they
Dharma saying?
checking
They're
something?
checking.
They're
Is he
checking
saying
Something's got to be.
Why was he
Nah,
angry, though?
listen, Adama Traore saw red. He saw red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then about 3 or 4 other players also went up to João
Yeah.
Pedro. So I don't know what he's
was it?
done.
Yeah. I don't know what
Oh,
that.
here we
Oh,
go.
here we go.
Cucurella
Here
was
we
trying
go.
to like handball
Cucurella
it
tried
off.
to body him.
Look, he's handballing it.
That's a handball.
So
Oh
he
my
dashed it to
gosh.
the side. So João Pedro backed him.
He's
Oh!
Wow. Gyokeres put his head into kind of his into
yeah.
Traore's Adama Traore's stomach, and then he's basically just thrown him like a rag doll, and he has just bust him to the side, and then Traore's just
Couldn't happen to a nicer bloke.
I don't mind a bit
the
of
way
that,
he's just picked him up, like he is a doll. He went,
bro.
I really don't mind that though.
Are they checking for violent conduct?
Premier League football needs a bit more of
Yellow
this.
card.
No,
got
that
away
should
with
be
the
a red
yellow.
though. Let's be honest.
Well
Red for
handled.
who?
That's well handled by the ref.
Nah, that's
well
not
handled.
right.
Yeah, because that was the
That's
first act of violent conduct, and then he went in and
Tadibo.
shoved João Pedro, which makes it 2 acts. Which
The
therefore
best
should be
thing
Tadibo's
that would
not
happen
happy. I
now
didn't actually see
is
what
if
happened with
West Ham
Tadibo. Here we
equalise
go.
from this. Let's have a look.
Right,
Tadibo in the
Tadibo's-
corner. Boo!
Oh.
Wait,
you
what's
two
going
hands
on there?
his neck.
What's going on there,
Two
man?
hands on his neck.
That might be a red.
Are they
That's probably-
checking that? Because
that might be
Tadibos
a
had his
red.
hands
He got away
around
with
João
that.
Pedro's neck. How? Surely there's retrospective action.
I don't know why he was going. I don't know what he was
my
going
goodness.
for there. To be honest,
That's a
it's got to
red.
be a red.
Definitely a
You
red.
can't put your...
Producer has told us it's got to be a red.
Guys,
We
he's trying
take
to-
his
Wait, he
word.
caressed his neck.
He's trying to
bro.
choke him out.
I mean, João Pedro, all he was doing was standing up for his boy, and he just got rushed by 3
No, that's
players.
crazy.
gone,
That's
bro.
crazy work.
Tadibo's
Crazy.
gone.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll see if that's going to be a red in a
Yeah.
second. We'll talk about United.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've got Fulham tomorrow.
Yeah.
Harry Wilson FC.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that game?
Weird to be honest, because
It's got
Like-
to throttle him.
we've seen this before with United where they turn up against the bigger sides and they can get up for it. I do think those two particular games were a bit different because I think we were more the protagonists in those wins than we have been in the past. In the past, we have been very standoffish, wait for counter-attacks. I think we weren't exactly that in either of those games. But Fulham are in good form at the moment. They're actually 7th. They're doing quite well at the moment. Sorry, as we're just watching this.
There's
Chelsea
so much
Leicester.
more that's
There's
going on.
loads.
There's so much
There's
going
so
on.
much. There's a little thing. with
Mavropanos just tried to
It's like
slap
2
Palmer
man
in the
should get
face.
sent off.
They're trying to find.
That should
some-
be another red. He tried to slap him in the face.
Oh,
I mean-
it could be Cole Palmer red card as
Wait,
well.
No, not Palmer.
Palmer.
Mavropanos tried to slap him in the face, and he
I
came
mean,
back.
Oh,
Right.
There could be
yeah,
several
here we
red
go.
cards here. There could be
Let's
several. Ooh.
But why they
yeah,
that?
Mafra part.
Yeah, but
What
it's
about
just
Tadibo
not really
one?
much.
Yeah, the
there,
Tadibo
though,
one
is it?
was more of
Like
a.
the
There you
Tadibo-
go.
Oh, they got it.
Still.
They got it.
I don't even know why they're still checking it. He's
That's
like
a
this.
freeze frame.
He's literally like that around João Pedro. The fact they're still checking it is
Oh
a
my
joke.
days.
I don't,
Oh.
bro.
How you
You
gonna
don't
go and
even
look
need to
at
go
it?
to the
That's what I
screen.
mean.
Someone just tell him it's a red card.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I mean,
so-
Chelsea were almost clear; it was almost happening, and now obviously we're going to have an extra like 5 minutes at a
Yeah,
time
yeah,
on
yeah.
top of it as
Well,
well.
it's something to clear my mind. This has been good entertainment the past 5
I mean,
minutes.
that is insane. The still of that was
Autumn.
mental. Yep, that's a
Yeah,
red.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
Straight away. Show all of it. Show all of it.
that's insane. Also, the memes of that is going to be mad.
Yeah, yeah.
Are they then also going to send him back? Are they going to send him back to the screen for the
Look at
other
all
one?
the other ones as well.
That's a red. Yeah, Tadibo.
Or have they said we're not going
Mate,
to?
send them both off, mate.
gonna
I
speak?
would send 3 of them off. I think Traore, Tadibo, and Mavropanos.
Could you imagine West Ham be absolutely
Or
going
said sweep up West Ham.
After the reviews.
Get
West
out
Ham,
of here.
Get him back down there.
25.
He's a
After
red
review,
card, violent
Tadibo,
conduct.
violent
Yes,
conduct.
get him off.
Grabs 20 around.
If they score this corner now, I'm not going to be
Violent
happy.
conduct. Yeah, I love it if they
It's not-
scored.
Be such good bands if they
Yeah,
did.
yeah, yeah.
Are they not then looking at the Mavropanos one?
Well, they should do.
I don't think so, man. Like
That was
it
the
was
worst
such
one.
a.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't a slap. It was just like a.
But where'd you draw the line? He was going for it.
Fair.
I
He's walking.
know, but football's come too soft.
There's
in
not
that
really
sense,
anything you
man.
can.
Like, that is a red.
Tadibo.
That you
Yeah.
can't really
You
dispute.
let your team down. Who are you looking at? Look at him.
he don't look sorry.
No, he doesn't.
he's literally.
He's got back. He's waiting for him.
He's
in the
saying,
tunnel.
I'll
That's what
see
he's
you.
doing.
So I'm gonna finish that.
Yeah.
I'm
With
gonna
you,
finish. Anyway, they
Lukaku.
have got a corner at West
Come
Ham.
on, West Ham.
We will continue talking about United in a sec. Let's just
Let's score this now.
let's just get through
A
this.
goal here would
Come
be
on.
unreal.
Corner comes in. Oh, that is such a poor corner.
That's so poor. Didn't even get past the first man.
is that
Blow the
it?
whistle.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
Oh,
Wow.
Come on.
Why is the
Gets in
camera
there,
gone so
Rafinha.
close into Rafinha there?
Okay.
You've got to capture his aura, you see.
Jesus. Oh,
His
yeah.
aura.
Well, it is full time. It's
Yeah.
a Chelsea win 3-2. What a comeback from them. They were 2-0 down going into half time.
Wow.
We've seen him making lots of changes to put Chelsea back in it, and they are back in the top 4. Okay,
Yeah.
right, back to United.
Yeah, like I was saying, I do think those 2 games in particular were a bit different. I don't think we can compare them to 2 games of the past. But Fulham, like I said, they're in good form at the moment. They're playing really well. And I think the midfield 3 of Harry Wilson, Kevin, and Smith Rowe, that's a fluid middle 3. And then you've got Raul Jimenez up front as well, who can also be a danger man. He's big. He's quite strong in that sense. So there is a little bit of worry there that Fulham can hurt you, but at the same time, Fulham do give you more of an opportunity than some might think.
Yeah.
They leave space in behind, and Mbeumo can attack that space. Bruno can hopefully find those passes. They will press you at times. So if you bait the press, there is opportunities there. So tomorrow is more about us than it is Fulham. If we turn up and we play well, then we can absolutely get a result there. The one worrying thing for me is that for how solid Martinez and Maguire have been in the last few games, there is a real lack of pace between those two.
Yeah.
And so if they get any counter-attacking opportunities, I would worry about that a little bit, especially if Mazraoui comes in at right back, which he could do. He's not the quickest either. So the pace in the back line there with Luke Shaw as well, that's a bit of a worry for me.
Is he injured?
No. I just think, don't get me wrong, Dalot could start again. I just think Mazraoui...
He's probably your weakest... Would you say he's one of your weakest links, Dalot?
Yes, he is. He's so weird. He does a lot right, but he does weird things wrong. He does the basics wrong so many times. And also, Mazraoui is the better player, the better right back.
Yeah.
So if you want a better chance of getting into Europe, you want him firing on all cylinders. Because I think before Ruben Amorim came in, when we were playing a four at the back, he was really good at right back.
Yeah.
And then when Ruben Amorim came in, he had to be right-sided centre back. I still think he was fine, but he wasn't quite as good. So, yeah, pace in the back line is a bit of a worry, but if we turn up, we should be able to. We have enough there to get a result, especially with Bruno on form and Mbeumo on form. But Fulham are a good side. They're seventh right now. They're a decent side.
I think one thing that you guys need for Man United is obviously that consistency, and especially in the back line. As much as I hate to say it, like Maguire played well last week alongside Martinez and Shaw. So I think if you start tinkering with that back line, you're going to lose that kind of cohesion. But I've got it. In my opinion, I feel like Man United will get a result tomorrow, even though Fulham will test them. I feel like Carrick's got that winning formula with him now, and I think like the players, they trust him as well, and how he runs his tactics and how he sets up the team. So yeah, I do feel like Man United, not they're not going to have a problem, but I feel like they've got far more superior players and they'll turn up. But tomorrow is the big test for them.
Yeah.
Because winning formula, I think,
and keeping it going,
pushing it a little bit. I mean, it's a couple of games. Let's be honest. Before that, they got slumped by Brighton.
They couldn't
drew
string
to Burnley.
They couldn't string 2 games.
No, but what I'm saying
this is a different version of Manchester United.
Different version, but we haven't seen that yet. So new manager bounce, number one,
and
number two.
In the last 2 games.
Number two, yeah, every player can get fired up for a Manchester derby. Every player can get fired up to go and play top of the league Arsenal. Yes, if you're worth your salt as a manager, you've got to get them fired up for these games. The Fulham, the ones you should be walking over. Because historically, over the past few years at Man United, we've seen many occasions where you've turned up for a lot of big games, players are firing, it's flowing, and then you go against sides like Fulham that you should be dispatching of, and everything goes wrong. So this is the test. I think people are jumping a little bit too early on the Carrick thing. Granted, the football you're playing is complete chalk and cheese to what you were playing before. I mean, the dynamism in your attack, it does look very exciting from a neutral standpoint. However, this is the test here. Fulham, Spurs, West Ham, Everton. Games you should be winning.
Teams historically
this
don't do
is
that well
when and so this is when I'm going to judge him. I think it's a bit too soon to be saying winning formula.
No, look, you can
historically they would lose to Man City.
Yeah,
historically
they would lose to Arsenal. You have to give credit.
Hold on.
Hold on. The last time we won at the Emirates was 2017.
Exactly. Hold on a minute.
Lingard was.
It's not a new manager bounce.
Exactly. You have to give them credit. You have to give Michael Carrick credit for the way he's galvanised. Yeah, but you have to give him. You have to give him credit for the way that he's galvanised. And obviously, it is easier to galvanise for a City game, or it is for an Arsenal game. Of course, this is where we're going to see how much better they are, but you have to give them credit. Like, I don't think you should downplay those victories. Like, look, not many teams beat City, and not many teams go to the Emirates and get results. So
back to back.
Yeah, you have to give him that. Let's see if he can do it in these type of fixtures that you would expect United to not be the underdogs in. It's a real shame, obviously, with Dorgu. How long was it? 10 weeks.
10 weeks, but I think it's close enough to the end of the season because I just think it's a hamstring injury. He's such an explosive player, aggressive player in that sense, really physical.
We haven't really seen that side of him either, other than the last couple of games too much.
No, I think, you know what? The difference for me with these last 2 games compared to what we saw under Ruben Amorim was, under Ruben Amorim, left wing back, he was touch tight, like really out wide. he couldn't really get anything going there, because if you get him 1v1 there, he's not going to take on a man and beat him 1v1. He's not quite got that technical ability. But if you get him in areas where he can combine with other players, like we saw for the Bruno goal, and don't get me wrong, the goal in itself was freakish in some senses. It was a wonderful goal.
It was.
But to be fair to Ruben Amorim, I guess a little bit, we did see for the last month or so a bit of that Dorgu a bit as well.
Yeah.
It's not just those 2 games. He had been coming along for about a month and a half before then as well. But
Okay.
yeah, real shame. Cunha will come in and let's see.
And it's good to see, obviously, Kobe Mainoo back in the fold.
Of course.
Absolutely
Yeah.
crazy, the fact that he just sat there wasting away on the bench.
He could have been gone. It's
been gone, innit?
insane, isn't it? Like, it's actually insane. I mean, I think the contract talks are now getting going again, because he's still on the contract that he signed in 2023. So he's on 20k a week at the moment. Yeah, insane.
And he ain't
When
getting
you
he won't get no playing bonuses either.
Yeah.
your
Well,
wages,
he
isn't it?
could be.
I was
but like-
gonna
No, I mean, back
say,
he
ain't
wasn't
mine.
playing, so he was getting
playing. Sorry,
bonus,
playing. Yeah, but when you consider like Agate's on 120, for example.
Oh, it's insane.
Like
It's insane
Xerxes
behaviour.
on 110. Do you know what I
But
mean?
then surely that comes from the board. Why has the board not offered him a new contract?
Well, they have done. They could. So between the time of 2023 when he first signed Ten Hag and doing well, there was negotiations during that time. They couldn't find a middle ground. I think they didn't quite reach the expectations that Kobe's camp had.
Right.
And then when Ruben Amorim came in, everything kind of halted because he wasn't playing football, and you're not going to sign a new contract if you're not playing football. So Ruben Amorim in that 14 months really stopped. He didn't stop the contract talks, but him not playing Kobe Mainoo meant that there was no contract talks on the table anymore, which is now they've kind of started back up again, and I expect that to be resolved pretty soon. I reckon.
All right. What's your prediction for that one then?
I will back the boys, and I'll go 3-1 United.
Okay, you guys. What do
I
you think?
said 3-1 as
3-1?
well, yeah.
I'll go 1-1.
I cannot remember. I cannot remember what I said on our show, so I will go.
2-1 safe.
So yeah, just stick with that. I can never remember. We should actually start writing these down because I can never remember. All right, another look at another game tomorrow. Aston Villa against Brentford. Are we really taking Aston Villa very, very seriously in this title challenge?
We have to.
Well, I mean,
Look
you're
at-
saying
look at
one
where
thing.
they are in the league.
Nick's shaking his head. What do you two think before I ask
Tied
some
on points
cons?
with City. I mean, how can you deny that? How can you deny the job that Unai Emery is doing? Obviously, Arsenal pulling away today is very good for them, but you have to treat them seriously. Yes, of course. Chelsea now are looking a lot more threatening under Rafinha. They could put pressure on Villa. Now they have to worry about stuff coming behind them. Maybe we could see things start to unravel, and obviously they don't have anywhere near the squad depth or the caliber of players of a Manchester City or an Arsenal, but they've done enough with the squad. I think they're definitely bang on for top 4, and you have to just wait and see if Arsenal and Man City play into their hands. I don't think they're going to win the league off the back of their work necessarily. It's going to have to rely on other teams faltering off.
I'll be honest, I feel like if any other team other than Arsenal wins the league, it's because you've let yourself down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They're the
More
front
than
runners by
anything.
quite
But
some.
it is amazing that Villa are still in it, and also
Yeah.
they have had they've still got a lot of injuries in midfield. They've had a good enough window. Obviously, bringing Tammy Abraham back, Douglas Luiz also coming back to the club. They let Marlon go, but it's just the injuries to someone like so pivotal, like John McGinn, for example.
Camera
Yeah.
as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it shows the caliber of manager that Unai Emery simply is. He
He's
is
done a
just
great
that.
job.
He is that good.
At what point are we actually considering them serious?
It would have to if they're still at this level come end of March.
8 games to go.
Yeah. Then you can have a conversation. The reason why for me and James kind of alluded to it there, James. Why did I bug out there for a second? I was like, wait, hold on. Have I thrown that? I'm sorry, bro. Sorry. But you alluded to it there. I was like, hold on, wait. Have I got that wrong?
I've forgotten your name as well, so don't worry about it.
Because
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Make sure
Nice to
one's
be
in.
here.
because of the squad depth that you just alluded to there, I do think, for example, with Watkins now injured, it's a Tammy Abraham coming in, which I like Tammy Abraham, but it's not at the levels of where the squad depth is at Arsenal in particular and City. And also, if you look at the numbers, they're outdoing their expected goals so much, and it just feels like that's going to run out.
And think about how they started the season as well. There was quite a lot of pressure on Villa, on Unai Emery. They weren't scoring. Ollie Watkins wasn't scoring.
They were like 1 point after like 4 or 5
yeah,
games. We were talking
I
about
think
them
They
getting
couldn't
relegated.
score. Do you remember that? Do you remember when they couldn't score?
Yeah, I think they've done. I think Unai Emery's a great manager. I think they're doing such a good job. Realistically, they probably need way more in order to actually fully compete. But I'm very much here for them being in and amongst it. Do you think that they're contenders, or are you not really bothered about? You're not really worried about them?
It's not that I'm not worried. I have to give them respect for what they've done so far this season.
Vengeance can get you far from an Unai Emery standpoint.
I
you
know
that.
Of course, and I feel like obviously financially they've been they've been restricted to who they could get in the summer and obviously in January. But yeah, it shows how good of a manager Unai is. I just don't like the fact that people are not giving them that respect, in the sense it's like, okay, wait another few games. The fact that they're sitting top 3 speaks volumes already. They've got some good results, or they've had some good results this season. Even like the Newcastle game is a difficult game to have, and they beat them 2-0. So yeah, for me, I'm not looking at their game against Brentford. Obviously, that will be a difficult one, but they're playing at home, so I really think they're so strong at home. It's more the away game, the next game against Bournemouth. They're playing at the Vitality. That will be one where I'll look at them closely and say, okay, if you're really going to go the distance with us, with Man City and ourselves, you got to win those type of games. But yeah, they're in and amongst us.
Yep.
I also just get the feeling they might go far in Europa League.
Yeah.
And that could hurt
Something
their
might
Premier
give.
League. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Fair enough. All right. The other Super Sunday fixture tomorrow is Forest against Palace. Palace,
man. A lot of talk about Palace, isn't it?
A lot of talk. I actually feel really sorry for Palace fans, and I actually feel really bad for Oliver Glasner as well, because when you've sold your captain halfway through the season, you've let Eze go right before the season starts. Obviously, they lost Elise as well a couple of years ago. Wharton is obviously going to leave too. Sarr might be out the door to follow. Like,
really?
It's probably not until the summer, but I reckon there'll be quite a few clubs that sniff around Ismaila Sarr. And Palace are a selling club, and I think that as a fan, if you were a Palace fan, if there's any in the chat, but if you're a Palace fan, it's pretty poor, like it's a bit shit. And on top of that, if you're Oliver Glasner, who's gone and won a trophy and done the absolute impossible with a team like Palace, you want to try and build on that. And it's just, from his perspective, when he's called out the board, I understand that. Like, I feel like, give him some backing. Like,
I've done my part.
You're ripping it out from underneath him. Like, what is the guy meant to do? Just sit there and be like, oh, okay, cool. I'm yes, man. Like, you've got
and get made the scapegoat.
Yeah, but
get made the scapegoat.
Of course, it's his job. But at the same time, he's like, why would I want to be here? He's got a very good trophy record. He did it the same at Frankfurt. Look what he's done at Palace. He can, he'd walk into other jobs. I think that when the board is undermining you and selling Mark Gahey or selling Eze or whatever, and not replacing in a way that obviously he feels is to that standard, when he's given what he's given so far to the club, then I do understand it. He's like, well, what's the point of me being here? You've got no ambition.
It's true. Even the fact that Mateta as well. He's
Mateta.
on his way to AC Milan, maybe.
Yeah, looks like it,
So then that's why the whole Strand Larsen talk we was talking, he's probably laughing at that himself, in the sense of like, is that what you give me, Strand Larsen?
And Brennan Johnson.
And Brennan Johnson.
For the same amount of money, obviously wages aside, we know that, but for the same amount of money as having Gahey and having Semenyo, they have bought Brennan Johnson and Strand Larsen.
80 odd million pounds for those
basically
two.
the same.
I mean, that was a masterstroke from you lot, getting Brennan Johnson out for 35 and bringing Gallagher in for 34. I mean, I don't know if I've seen business like it.
We do good business.
It's a big game, because obviously looking at it, Forest need the points to obviously claw themselves away from that relegation. But Crystal Palace could easily get drawn into it even more. So yeah, this is a must win.
Palace haven't won a game in the Premier League since the 7th of December.
Bad.
We're almost in February now. They've really fallen.
They could get
it's
dragged
fallen
into
from
this
grace.
relegation battle.
Yeah.
They're 2 points above us as well.
I think the last team we beat was Palace. We've had 2 wins in 14.
Yep.
Wow.
And they were the last team we beat. Oh no, we beat Fulham as well. Right,
So like we said, if we think that
really
Palace,
is.
this is where you're contradicting. If we're talking about Palace getting drawn in, we're on the same points.
Yeah.
I know.
And if
Spurs
they lose
are
to Forest,
maybe I'm being big club biased there, but
being
like,
big club
I
biased.
just feel like you have enough quality not to get drawn into that.
Big club.
Come.
Shut up.
Yeah,
You're definitely getting drawn into it. Well, we'll see what happens in that game.
We're dragging
tomorrow.
you down with us, mate.
I'm sure you'll try. All right, let's talk about the biggest game of the weekend then, which is Spurs against Manchester City. It's the big one. Can Tottenham do the business? Can we stop City? Ideally, don't want to, really. Like, let
Why
them.
not?
That's criminal
not?
to
It's
say.
not criminal. I
Why
don't
not?
care.
Have you got a baby blue top? And will you be wearing
Watch
it?
me put that De Bruyne shirt on. That is my De Bruyne shirt. Look, I there's a lot of argument going on. I don't care what anyone can have their own opinion on it. I don't need to be told if I'm right or wrong. It's my own feeling. Obviously, we need to pick up points, but we lose every week. I'm very happy to not do it this weekend. Why don't we do that against United, or do that against Arsenal in the North London derby, or do that against Newcastle? Like, I don't need you to suddenly turn up and care this weekend.
Is there a side of you though that kind of feels like Arsenal are probably going to win it anyway? We might as well try to pick up some points there. Like,
Not at this point.
Stay away from relegation.
Not at this point. If it was like home and hosed and they were like 15 points clear, then I'd be like, fine, we need to win some games. But there's so much jeopardy still to be in it. We're 15. Is it 15 games left?
Yeah.
Like,
roughly,
I'm not being funny. You know how people say, well, why don't you do something to help stop? Well, this is our contribution. This is our contribution. Why would I want to benefit you by giving you 3 points from us beating the next title contender? Plus, like I said, I can't imagine us suddenly going on and winning it. But like,
really?
What tomorrow? Have you watched us lately?
Of course I've
Have
watched.
you watched Spurs at home this season?
I've watched you at home.
How many
but
times have they gone up against a prime-time City and got the job done?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Well,
we have, which is
no,
the
no,
worrying
no,
thing.
yeah,
they do, yeah,
managers,
they do, yeah.
multiple different managers. have done it.
Yeah, it's the concern.
I just think it's shameful that you guys would even think that. I mean, as much as
We are shameful.
we are enemies, and all London teams and all London derbies. At the end of the day, your prime goal should be to get as many points as you can, and it doesn't matter who steps into your stadium. You should be going to get the job done. Doesn't matter about
Hold
us.
tight though.
Forget about us.
Hold tight.
No. But then that just shows you where their mindset is, and that's why Spurs will always stay where they are.
With
Would
respect-
you be celebrating losing to Man City
They've done it. Look,
to stop
No,
Liverpool
if
winning the
Liverpool
league?
win the league. If you were where Spurs are, I'd lose every week. Like if it was this time last year.
and you're close to relegation like that.
Maybe.
I don't know. No,
You're a
the
Man U fan, that's how bad
thing
you've
is, no.
Go on.
But like, if you were in, like, if roles are reversed,
Never.
Spurs are top of the table.
We can win our
Never.
first Premier League table. Like,
Rubbish.
they've never won the
Rubbish.
Premier League, first Premier League.
Yeah.
And you've got City. It doesn't, like you're kind of like just fine. Like, it's not gonna make a difference to your season anyway.
Right.
Like,
And we
would
still
you
got the
not-
history that we got, or we got the Spurs.
No.
history?
Nice to say.
It's not. It's really
It's flipped
not.
round. There's no way. And all these Arsenal fans that sit there and say they would never want it. All of you were begging anything for it to not happen in the Champions League final and celebrating your
If
little
it was your
hearts
time,
out.
it was your time. You
Rubbish.
didn't take
Because
it.
look,
You didn't
because
take
look,
it.
because look,
I
I'll
was
tell you
You were
this,
in
right?
the minority of that. Let me tell you.
I'll tell you this, right? That as a United fan, the idea of Arsenal winning the Premier League is filth. Like that
Filth.
is horrible, right? But the idea for a Spurs fan for Arsenal to win the league, that is.
I've got to leave.
But why
I've
do
told
you
I'm
think?
out of
Why
it.
do you think tomorrow's game is the defining moment where we
It's not.
win the
It's
league,
not,
or where
it's
we
not.
benefit?
It's not. This is not like this is not like the one last time with the Son one where
Yeah,
he
yeah.
obviously missed
When he gave
on
it away,
purpose.
yeah.
That was definitive. If we had beat City that day, you would have won the league.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was definitive, and I will fully Poznan all the way home. Cool, but like. Tomorrow, it's not definitive, obviously, but I don't need to take points off this. We've already taken 3 points off them this season. Well, I'm happy to share. I'm a sharing
And you lot get pulled down into
I'm a sharing, caring
I hope
girl.
you lot get pulled down into relegation.
will,
Sonny.
but
I
it-
hope you
scored
do.
that goal. Would
Yeah, but look at the
would-
repercussions of it. We wouldn't
No,
have
no,
been in
no.
the Europa League. We wouldn't have then gone on to win it.
Right.
Because if we won
Wait, what?
that, if we won
Yeah.
that game,
Yeah.
they would have won the league. We would have finished top 4. But we finished 5th.
So you might have won
Right,
the
I
Champions
see
League
it.
instead. With
Well, we might win the
You went down.
Champions League
This
this year.
is
Who knows?
football
If you
karma.
right,
What's
yeah.
happening right
But
now?
also, do you reckon the
Football
fans
karma.
would have celebrated? Like, what would
It was the weirdest night that
Yeah,
night. It was
yeah,
such a bizarre atmosphere because like you had some sections during the Poznan, you had some people that like when the whole. I'll be honest, the majority of the South Stand when Son was through 1-on-1, like with the keeper. Everyone was like, no.
pure
Like there
evil.
was a lot of that. It was a
Pure
very
evil
odd time
people.
because some people feel the way they feel, others feel how I feel, and like you can feel how you feel. Like
Put
let's
your
see
club
what at the end of
first. The club comes first.
well, when my board and the ownership put my club first, then I'll probably do the same.
That's a good one.
Anyway,
We'll see. When you
so,
get into relegation, then we'll see. We'll
Look,
come back to
I
that.
need this
That
team
was
to
a
start
good
turning. I
response.
need
That
this
was
team
cold.
to start turning up, but I don't need them to turn up tomorrow. In all honesty, obviously we've got a hell of a lot of injuries. We are in a crisis. I actually haven't really even used it as an excuse this season at all because it is what it is. There is pressure on Thomas Frank. It just seems like every time we then play in the Champions League, not that we've ripped up trees, but obviously we've done the job. How we've finished fourth. Accidents happen, guys. Don't understand how, but we have. So I can't see this being a high scoring game at
Do you think
all.
he'll stick to the back three? Yeah.
Don't know. I actually don't know. Like, it's very hard for me to say. I mean, he'll probably go more, similar to what I guess he did against Burnley last week, where we just drew.
Can I ask, sorry, just quickly, what does that show you then? The fact that Spurs are, fourth in the Champions League, let's say, what does that show you about... Why are they not able to translate that over to the Premier League? Do you feel?
I think that the way that Thomas Frank sets us up in the Premier League is incredibly cautious, and it's all about percentages. Just ridiculous. Like football's football. Just play the game, right? How he sets us up, you're not allowed to take shots from outside the box. Obviously, the Premier League is a lot more physical. It's a lot faster than it is in the Champions League. Yeah. So when you watch someone like Xavi Simons, he gets far more time, space. He's in the pockets. We can run the channels. We take shots from outside the box. There's a lot more space. For some reason, Thomas Frank doesn't want us to try and replicate that. Unless all of a sudden he says, okay, guys, go out and do your thing tomorrow. Yeah. But he doesn't set us up in that way. It's very, very pragmatic. It's very, very safe. And if we were getting results, like we were at the start of the season, I would say fair play. It's boring as shit. But like, at least I'm seeing results. But we're not seeing anything. I haven't seen any type of progress for months and months and months. Just us going backwards. Now, we have got a lot of injuries. Of course, I think that we would look far better if we did have our first choice front three or attacking players but at the end of the day, our defenders are our best attackers, but our defenders can't defend. So that's a big problem.
And Van de Ven's injured now.
Van de Ven's out. Obviously, Porro's out as well. And that's another thing. And Kudus and etc. So those players, players that were coming in have been so worked into the ground because we haven't had any rotational options in those areas. But then now they're injured. So you're just getting even more and more into the squad and the depth, which there is a real lack of depth anyway. And I look at this January transfer window and I think, well, if you really did back this guy, you'd give him more than just Sousa, who is inevitably going to end up out on loan at like Espanyol or somewhere like that. And then you've given him Conor Gallagher, who I think is a decent signing. But God, you need you need way more than that. How have you gone this January transfer window and not make it? But you can. We've got money. Like, we've always got money. We just don't spend it.
I'll say
everything's going to be like 15.
Doesn't matter. Look at the position this team. Look at this position the team is in. If they had any ambition, the board, you'd say whatever. Let's go and buy someone because we've got no options. You have to help him. Plus, Kolo Muani wants to go back to France because no one's dealing with him, and he doesn't like Thomas Frank. And then you've got Matisse Tell, who again is like not featuring whatsoever, and Thomas Frank doesn't rate him either. So.
Yeah, and also one thing I'll add with the whole Champions League thing, I think it looks more impressive than it is.
Definitely.
Because it's the opponent they faced. I think they got quite lucky with the draw they had. They had Villarreal, Bodo Glimt, Monaco, Copenhagen, PSG, who they lost to, Slavia Prague, Frankfurt, and Dortmund.
Yeah.
So it's not the highest caliber of opponents in Champions League.
It was the Europa League group.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit.
Like Dortmund and PSG. No, I know, but like you had some like other teams with like a few difficult games. I feel like.
But is this not exposing how big the gap is growing between the Premier League and the other leagues? The fact that 5 out of the top 8 were Premier League sides. The fact that Newcastle were a point away, who themselves have not been having a fantastic season.
They gave a great account of themselves against PSG.
They done well.
I actually thought when we played PSG, I know it ended 5-3, and 3 of those goals were very poor mistakes from us. Just letting Vitinha just have all the time and space at the edge of the box. But like, I actually didn't think the performance was awful. Like, I thought there was a lot more movement to us. Whereas like some of the other games have been really, really poor. Like, look, you can only deal with what you've got in front of you and the cards you're dealt when it comes to that. So you can't really get on Spurs for the draw. But I've always said I find it difficult to say that we can be competitive in the Champions League because when we have faced a PSG, we're not really competitive. We're not really at it.
You almost beat them in the summer.
Yeah, but that's right. So if I said to you I've seen 2 good performances this season. One we ended up losing, which was the Super Cup, and bottling that, and Man City away. That's it. I've not seen a good performance since then.
From a City standpoint as well, I think this game is really important. They do kick because obviously they had the 2 games. Man United they lost. Brighton they lost. Picked up a little bit of form now. Semenyo's Semenyo's looked good since coming in. Gahey's looks really commanding and he's kind of got into it really nice and easy. There's been no sort of time for him to adjust. He's just settled in. So really important. Then they got Newcastle and Liverpool next as well. So if they want a bit of momentum, tomorrow is a really important game for them to kick on.
Yeah, I think having Gahey there is definitely helpful, and obviously they'll get Ruben Dias back probably in the next 3-4 weeks or so.
Yeah, and Kustanov's been better.
Better.
Needs that
Yeah.
experience
Yeah.
He's
around
been
him.
better.
Yeah.
But I would look at a few of the other City players, the regulars, like the Fodens, the Rodris,
Doku's.
Doku's.
Yeah.
You want a bit more from them. They're not.
And even
they're-
Haaland. I mean, I know obviously
Yeah.
like, he scored the other day, but aside from that, I mean, we'd never seen him go on a run like that. Like, he's
No.
not fruitful at all. So
Still 20 goals.
I think the chances being created
Crazy.
for him, have dried up a little bit in that sense as well.
Cherky, Reinders, we need to see a bit
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
They'll kick on.
Reinders is a strange player. I can't
It's
quite,
bad.
Started off
I can't gauge.
amazing.
Yeah, I can't gauge
Yeah.
how good he is yet.
He is
Hard.
good.
Yeah.
He is good.
But I
They'll
do
click.
feel sometimes when a player goes to City, I do feel like in that first season you can't
give him
always.
a little bit of time.
Yeah,
innit?
I don't always think you can gauge exactly how good they are. I think once they get pepped and like you see them in the second season, then you
Excuse
start
the
to
pun.
then you
I like
start
that
to
one.
see the consistency.
See the
we're
pep in their
actually-
step, if
un-
you will.
Quickly run through
unbelievably-
the teams for Liverpool, Newcastle, so Liverpool
Yeah.
fans
You've
will
got
get
a minute
upset.
to
Have
run
you got
through
them?
it.
Yeah,
Go on
yes,
then.
I do.
Got a
Right,
minute.
I got Liverpool one.
Go on.
So Alisson in goal, Szoboszlai right back, Konate, Van Dijk, Gyokeres, McAllister, Gravenberch in that midfield, Gakpo, Havertz, Mo Salah starts, and Ekatike leads the line.
Back in. Newcastle then, you got Pope in goal, Trippier right back, Chow, Burn, Hall, that's your back four. In midfield, you've got Willock, Tonali, Ramsey, and your front three is Elanga, Gordon, and
He's
Barnes.
resting
Right.
Walter
So
Marno.
no established striker in that front three. I
Okay.
guess maybe a fluid front three. That could be quite
Maybe,
good.
Okay.
maybe.
Right,
Yeah.
let's see what happens with that. Thank you so much, guys. That hour's
you.
flown. Thanks for joining us. We will be back as well as usual next weekend for Saturday Football Show. But of course, join us on Monday for Weekend Roundup. Look forward to it. Have a good night, guys.
Robbie here. Listen, lots of people have been asking me, Robbie, how have you managed to lose so much weight? And I feel so much better for it. And it has been a journey. But these two little things here, Optimum Day and Optimum Night, have really, really helped me on my weight loss journey. This Optimum Day, what it does, it helps you to curb your cravings. It really helps with your metabolism and just really just stabilizes things. And I swear by this. I absolutely swear by this. And then the Optimum Night, what this one does, I take these before I go to bed at night, helps you to have a much better, deeper sleep, makes you relax, makes you sleep, and makes your body recover. And these pills, I mean, listen, they're not magic pills, but they're all natural, and they have really, really helped me in my weight loss journey, and I really, really swear by them. So if you want to get your hands on these, scan the QR code in the description right now, or click the link down below, and you can get 70% off your first order with the Optimum Day and Optimum Night by Oxford Natural. As I said, these have been essential tools in my weight loss journey. Of course, there's no magic to it. You've got to eat less, you've got to go to the gym, you've got to do all those things. But these two have really, really helped me, and I recommend them very, very highly. So once again, if you want to get them and get 70% off your first order, all you've got to do is scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description, and you get 70% off your first order.